So, on that note, we begin episode 4. So, we start off with just a casual tavern scene. Sitting in the Tainted Tendril, the book club is looking to the front door of the bar as Ralphier's hair you see just like a slight glimmer of as he walks straight out the door. And you all look to each other and just game on. What is your approach? How are you going to achieve this? How are you going to chase him?
Sneakily.
Yes. Eludere passed without a trace.
Yep.
And I think it was Eludere and G spearheading, and then Terra was just reel the muscle saunter behind, just not sneaking, I believe, was the approach with Terra. There was the conversation of, shall Terra sneak? And then we said, no, I don't think she will. I think was where we came with that discussion. But
So,
was
yes.
going to follow.
So from what I understand, G and Eludere continuing from the shadows, and then Terra kind of, like, not obviously, but, like, subtly continuing from behind. We've also got some LA Noire vibes going on here in chat. Not really sure why. Temi has apparently died. But that's okay. We'll deal with that.
Wasted.
We'll just give that a moment.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Your mic has gone very loud also. I'm not sure if that's normal.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
suddenly
happening?
incredibly loud.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn you down for a sec.
Oh no.
But we'll give you a moment. Okay. Excellent.
Everything's fine.
Everything is a-okay. So, as we discussed, Eludere and G, you are continuing on silently from your positions. Terra continuing behind, knowing roughly where they are and not kind of trying to be too, like, stealthy, but not trying to be obvious either. So, the two of you going ahead, pass without a trace, looking to follow Ralphier, heading directly outside, I'm assuming? Roll
Whatever
me stealth
direction.
checks, please.
$59.
Is that 29?
No. That was
39?
39.
Fuck off.
Uh-huh.
Actually, just fuck off.
No, thank you. No.
32.
32. Okay.
Are we lagging behind that much? And now the investigation is 39 and 32.
So that is their stealth, which
Stealth.
is even
Oh, the
worse.
stealth.
We both have expertise in stealth.
Uh-huh.
And
Us.
pass with yeah.
Oh my god.
Pass without
So,
a trace for plus
pass
10 is
without
what
trace.
about.
And just my modifier puts me at a 22 before I roll.
Same.
Love that. Love that. Love that. So, you see Ralphier ahead of you, just kind of moving through the streets of Delwyn. How closely do you follow behind?
Earshot, at least, I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
You may as well
fairly
just ride on
fucking
his
walk
shoulders and
behind him and
start
start,
speed.
start breathing down his neck. I would say
I
we'd be
imagine you
pretty
have, like,
confident.
a lot of spaces, like, or, you know, like, there's kind of, like, the quintessential, like barrels by buildings and all of that kind of thing for you to easily move around. But yeah, if you're looking to stay in earshot, somewhere around 60, 50 feet, something like that. What do you think?
I reckon the
I
Eludere will
have-
probably go closer.
Yeah, I have no idea how far we can hear, but that seems
Yeah.
decent far away. I would also... Sorry, I have the hiccups. Once he can't see us, which presumably is now, I would like to put my Shroud of Shadow on him because it only lasts an hour, so the one that I put on Eludere is gone now. I can recast it. Well, it's not cast.
Do you want to re-explain to me what Shroud of Shadow is? That's part of your
Shroud of Shadow
features.
is part of my roguish archetype. When I'm hidden from a creature I can see within 120 feet of me, as a bonus action, I can place an invisible shroud on a single creature. Lasts an hour. You always know the general direction and emotional state of the creature, provided you're on the same plane. And then I can only have one, and there's attack things, but I'm not attacking right now, so.
Okay, interesting. Sure. I'm just trying to think of the best way to word this. You find that it doesn't land. You're continuing. You hear none of your own footsteps. You hear even the magical, like, what do you call it? Like the magical element to the Pass Without a Trace that picks up your footprints, and any kind of sound is muffled immediately. But you find your shroud doesn't land still.
Would I make the assumption based on that they know that I'm... Oh, would I know? When you're hidden from a creature you can see.
Actually,
Would I
okay.
assume that I was not hidden then?
Yes, but give me a moment, because it is one of the very quintessential moments in D&D where I don't know whether this technically counts as magical, and the specification with Pass Out of Trace that you can't be tracked magically, but I don't know if this counts.
No, it's you can't be tracked without magical means. So there's if you essentially can't be picked up with a survival check or anything that relies on normal senses. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it doesn't rely. And let me look it up. I'm looking it up right now, guys. Want it? Feel free to just wait.
Do you want me to copy pasta it? Because I have it here. I can just.
Oh no, I am all over that.
Okay.
Hang on. It doesn't give me a definitive response. I hate this a lot.
My thing also doesn't say whether or not it is technically magic, so...
It's not... I can't explain it without giving the game away.
Let's say
that you do feel it land, you just don't feel it's as effective as what it normally is. There is like... It's kind of like the difference between being fully aware of someone's presence and feeling it's someone over your shoulder. They're aware that there is something behind them. They're just not sure what. And for the purposes of your ability, you are hidden from them. But they're just aware that something is there. We'll rule it as that. Okay.
Eludere would have used Cloak of Shadows as well, so it's invisible.
Cool. Good to know. Good to know. And that's your, just to clarify, that's also your archetype thing as well, right?
Yes, Cloak of Shadows is just her monk bullshit. Way of Shadow monk bullshit.
Yeah, both of you using some Way of the Shadows stuff. Love it. But yes, you continue on, roughly around about, like, in that earshot range from behind. And in terms of the emotional state, you're kind of getting like a carefree attitude from him at the moment. Seems pretty chill, seems pretty calm. There is this lingering kind of like, it's kind of like he was like previously ticked off, if that makes sense. Like this walk is helping him kind of relax a little and whatnot. He is a little on edge. And he is a little bit, like, I guess anxious is the best way to put it, but without being like directly anxious, but otherwise mostly pretty calm, pretty chill, but definitely very alert. And yeah, still that anger there. Now he is walking at a relatively calm pace. Terra, how far away would you be from him? Are you specifically trying to catch up, or?
Well, I would have tried to catch the attention of Attenborough, Temi, and Friend before I leave, and
Sure,
just kind of we're not splitting everyone apart. Not being like, cool, you're in, but bye. Um, um, I don't know. Maybe like not super far away. Maybe like if it seems like I don't know. I don't know whether I.
You could have like a couple of blocks in between you and still have him in like eyesight. Like you do have a fair bit of room to play with if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm a bit unsure of what exactly I want to. Well, like Dungeons and Dragons all the time. What exactly do we want to accomplish? I don't know.
Also true.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if it would be better to talk to him and be like, "What's up, fool?" or not. Probably not. Uh, so maybe just like a mid distance, but not clanking around in my tin can armor so close to where G and Elodie would be as to draw attention to them.
I
Maybe not
reckon roll me a performance check then to kind of like keep up the facade that, or even deception, whichever one is better for you, just to kind of see how well you're just acting like a regular human being. These are the kinds of checks I personally, as Burrows, make every single day.
Well, I was gonna say, well, I mean, Friendo, I don't mean to brag, but I'm really bad at that. So, okay, don't let me down. Too bad. Okay. Numbers. 18.
18.
For either
Okay.
one, because they're the same. So.
Yeah, you kind of you have this down pat. You know, you've done this kind of thing before, kind of like trailing people in this kind of sense. And you know how to kind of walk through and act inconspicuous. You feel that you're looking inconspicuous, you know? You're not like awkwardly standing there, NPC like loading in the corner or anything. Like you're just kind of keeping back, chilling, killing, having a good time.
Not T-posing down the road.
No, no, no. No, not right now. Just like sitting in the shadows like maybe a little bit of that, but not where you think you can see anyway. But yeah, he continues walking. You get kind of the back end view of his long orange red hair, his fancy fluffy shirt he was wearing on the same day that you all met him, being yesterday. And he's just kind of traipsing through, kind of kicking his feet up a little, dusting up his boots on the rocks a little underneath foot. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere in particular, just kind of wandering. You're kind of passing houses and things that of different craftsmen and things, as what you would expect for this kind of town and what you know of it. It looks like he's heading out towards the water, though. Half of the city being suspended above the lake. The lake is cold. It's freezing out here. The lake is obviously very cold, but not currently iced over. But otherwise, yeah, he's continuing on.
I mean, if he's just going to like, what do I call it? My brain is like, oh, you know, having like a Mr. Darcy moment, like near the water. But like, he's not Mr. Darcy. He doesn't deserve that. But like, if he's just gonna, like, I will attempt to socialize. God forbid. If he's just gonna stand and have a think.
Not quite. He's not quite at that point yet, but you can definitely see there's like a very like romantic looking pier that's like looking off into the lake, and there's like the mountains in the background. It's a very picturesque view and that kind of thing. You know, like he's got his point. It's too fucking cold to go and get his shirt wet or anything like that. So like none of that business. But you definitely see that he seems to be like heading off in that general direction. He stops at the end of this pier, and you, Eludere, and G, unless you want to do anything particular, you're just kind of invisibly or like hidden as you watch him do this. But yeah, he stands at the end of the pier, just kind of looking off, hands in his pockets, just kind of leaning against a post, looking very chill, very calm.
Is he hot? We need to establish this.
I believe I described this one. I can't remember if I described this when you first saw him, but he essentially reminds me of Jamie from Outlander.
Oh no.
So, like,
he's
decide
evil.
however you feel that he looks like that. But just imagine a little bit more of, like, slightly longer hair, you know, elvish. So a lot more of that kind of, like, angular look to him. See? Cat's face, just like...
Trying to decide if I think he's hot or not. I don't know.
It is up to your discretion.
Well, we need to know if he's evil.
It is very important information. Eludere would be like, now that his stopped, she would be scanning the area to see if anyone, like, there's any other movement, like anyone's coming to meet him, potentially, like if he's coming to a meeting spot.
Make me a perception check.
Wrong one. 17.
17. 17 is enough to know that you have kind of come into a fairly busy spot. Not like incredibly busy or anything like that. But definitely to the point that if there was someone coming here to meet him, you feel like they would stand out because everyone seems to be kind of using the path around the pier to kind of just get from one place to another, but no one appears to be heading up to the same point that he is. It doesn't look like at this stage that anyone is heading towards it even. Like, everyone seems to be kind of focused on heading off towards more of the fishing part of this lake. But I mean, it's posed to suggest that maybe he's waiting for someone. So what's the move?
I mean, for G, as long as he's staying still, she's going to stay still and continue to watch him. But I don't think she's gonna make any other kind of looking for somebody that he's looking for. Unless he starts, like, obviously being like, hello, is there somebody? I am turning my head looking inquisitively.
I get you.
I just want to keep an eye on his mood and make sure he doesn't run away.
Sure. Roll me an insight check with advantage, seeing as you know his, like, mood at the moment. Just to kind of get, like, more of a in-depth description of his thoughts right now.
Okay.
His vibe.
Look, I did quite awfully on those. The higher one of the two was 7. But I have a plus 10 insight, so it's 17.
17? 2 17s, nice. So as you're kind of looking to him and you're feeling his emotions, you know what he's feeling right now. You know that there is still that residual rage underneath that is calming. It looks like he's kind of entered a state of thoughtfulness. It's kind of like spacing out a little at the moment. But definitely in the sense of, like, when there's an animal that can definitely hear you, that, like, you know how the ears prick up? You definitely get that kind of vibe from him. He's still very alert of something. Now, Terra.
Can we...
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I was just going to say, from our vantage, can we see if he's looking, like, into the water or if he's just kind of gazing out across, like...
With your perception check from earlier, you definitely see that he is scanning the mountain ranges. And that's, like, a fair decent distance away from here as well. Like, the lake itself is huge. It looks basically like an ocean itself. But there is, like, kind of very much in the distance, like, this snowy mountain range that he's definitely, like, kind of eyeing across. Doesn't look like he's, like, looking into the water for, like, fish or anything like that. Like, he's very clearly watching the horizon. But yes, I was going to say, Terra, you're the one who's not actually actively hidden right now. What are you looking to do?
That is a good question. and my house is coming to life apparently. I don't know who said that. Anyway, bugger it. I'll casually, very cool. I'm making it worse. I'll go kind of stand not right near him, or just kind of to the end of the pier, or like sort of close enough that I can not yell, but like we're not,
Yeah. Arm's length for sure. Arm's length being like a decent couple of meters.
Yeah.
Practicing social distancing.
sanitize my hands anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry. My throat is just like, I would like to attack you right now. Whew. All good. Anyway. I just looked at something. You approach and you get, like, I would imagine, like, on the opposite side to the pier, there's a decent enough room in between you that, like, you feel that you will not be heard by someone else or anything like that. But you also get the vibe that you're, like, still a decent ways away. Like, you're not going to be, this is kind of the most obvious place to be like, hey, we're having a chat, you know? If that makes sense. But yeah, as you approach, he looks to you from the side, but otherwise doesn't move his head, and looks back to the mountain range in front of him.
You look like you're waiting for someone.
Always waiting, never finding, it seems. You've never looked for something before? Waited for something you've wanted?
I'm sorry, my brain is in shit post mode because my brain's going, Lionel Richie! Like, no! No!
Oh, I don't know what that means, but okay.
No, hello, is it me you're looking for? I'm very old. Anyway.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
Oh god. Sure, I suppose. But why do you say it like that?
I have what I want right before me. I'm not quite sure how to get it. But I'm here to work that out.
The frozen lake? I think that kind of belongs to the town.
I think so too. The pier too, I think. If we're gonna get specific.
This is in no way going to work. But can I roll an insight check?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Not mettering it that I know that he was feeling annoyed. I just want to know how does he feel about me?
Like
is
you,
he,
you know that the last time that you had a conversation with him, you were mainly one of the people that very clearly went, you can get fucked. So like, I definitely feel like it's valid to want to know his, like, you know, how he's feeling about this conversation. You know, is he secretly going, go away? Or is he just entertaining you? I get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, insight check.
Okay. What do I check? It's a +0. It's a +0 every time. Okay, it's a 15.
15 is
not too
decent enough
bad.
to know that, like, you feel like this is one of those rare occasions where you're getting a second chance at a first impression. Doesn't appear to be harboring any resentment towards you for what happened the day before. And he doesn't appear to be giving you any indications that he's angry or cross with you or anything like that.
Just because I can as well, and I'm curious. I would like to divine sense, please. I can
Sure.
remind you what it does.
Please do. At any point, because I always fucking forget.
I don't think you have to tell me a school of magic, so that's good. It is within 60 feet. I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead that is not behind total cover. I can, if the lake's been desecrated or consecrated, I'd also know that.
Yeah, the lake's been so desecrated. People have peed in it so many times. But
It's these days.
but I just really want to make that joke. But you don't get that from around here. You get the very similar, and you are very used to this feeling, these very slight but comforting sense of celestial from G. But otherwise, you don't get anything.
All right. If you don't mind me asking, what is it you want exactly? That sounded more menacing than I intended it to. There's a frog in my throat, so.
I understand completely, because there is currently like 5 frogs in my throat. There are 5 frogs in my throat. Also, someone is here.
Delivery!
To give me food. Thank you. What is it? What did I be? Why the fuck I did this for one? He knew I didn't eat. Anyway, let me just deal with my throat. Anyhow, you asked him what he wanted, but meaning it in a, like, what kind of way were you meaning it?
Like, sort of, not like menacing or mean or grumpy. In a friendly, Spice Girls, tell me what you want, my shitpost brain is really turned up to 11. Friendly. Good vibes, kind of. I don't know.
I get that. He looks to you, eyes you for a moment. Kind of gets a sus on you. I need you to roll for me. I need you to roll me a persuasion check.
Oh. All right.
I'm not even going to tell you what I got, but I'm going to write it in chat. Just pain.
I can't do maths, so just give me a hot second. What is the modifier? I can read. 26.
Good to know. I'm not going to tell you what he got, or I'll tell you his modifier. But he looks to you for... Wait, hang on, I looked at the wrong one. Oh, okay. It's even better. But still bad. He looks to you. Up and down. Looks at the holy symbol. That's not a necklace, is that right? Am I getting that wrong? Yeah. Looks to the holy symbol. Eyes off the small dagger that Carter gave you at your side. Pops his hands in his pockets. Leans over slightly. He is a little taller than you. I want revenge.
On who and why?
Similar kind of ideas. Someone wronged me, and I'd like them to pay for that. Feel like you can vibe with that? Or have I read you wrong?
No. Are you asking me to help you?
Not at all. We're just having a pleasant conversation between friends. He casts a look off, back towards the other, like the rest of the pier.
Do you mind telling me who it is that wronged you? I might know them.
I don't think you'll know them. But just know it was a long time ago. I highly doubt that they're even aware that they even did anything wrong.
You say I wouldn't know them, but you might be surprised. We get around.
I know. I've heard. Book club. Heard you're quite nice. To most people, it is.
Overly cautious for a reason. It's a good reason. I apologize if I was overly terse.
You're hiring. It's fair. Gotta ask some good questions. My throat is just acting like a fucking frog. Love that.
It's just frogs. It's background frogs.
Okay,
that's
that's...
all.
Frogs
I
with
didn't
the
mean to
leg.
do that, but yep, there we go. It's hot chocolate trying to overtake everything, but yes. So, sorry. Where was I up to with that conversation?
I'm just imagining there's like little ice frogs. They're like, they blend in. They're just hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I was going to say something. Now I've lost it.
Oh, sorry. You said, sorry if I was terse. He said, thank you. I know you're hiring. I think that was where we left off. Just
Yes.
to reaffirm us
Thank you.
before I had frogs attack.
Okay, there we go. Just trust me on this one. I don't think most people would want to know the things that we know. So I should I have reason to be concerned about your quest for revenge, do you think?
Dunno. Not from what I've heard. You'll be fine. Think you're pretty safe.
Are you sure you don't need help?
I'm sure. You telling me you chased me all the way from the tavern just to ask if I needed help?
I wouldn't call it
did
a
you-
chase, or just leisurely stroll.
What did you think? What's my vibe? Are you out here chasing me through a new town, new place? I know you haven't come here before. No, you all haven't.
You're very good at not saying much about yourself.
Had years to perfect it.
Unfortunately, it is in my best interest to be suspicious of everyone.
I understand. I hope my honesty helps with that. I wouldn't want you involved in what I will be doing, though.
We're
Guilty by
already kind of
association
involved.
is still guilty.
All right then, if not me, who exactly is going to be angry with what you're looking to achieve?
No one you should care about. I can't tell you.
Why?
I think you know. It's the same reason you can't tell me what you're doing. If I tell you what I'm going to do, even if you agree, you'll try to stop me. I can't have that.
Not necessarily. I have a lot on the to-do list. Maybe I won't have time.
Possibly. And you feel like at this point that you're kind of not getting much more out of him. Are you looking to persuade him? Is anyone from the shadows looking to do anything?
I want to know if his mood has changed during this conversation.
That rage has definitely resurfaced. Not directed, and you understand this from your own insight check, not directed towards Terra, and not directed towards the things that Terra is saying, but kind of just residually. There is some kind of memory or something being resurfaced. Anything from you, Eludere?
I just wanted to know when he looked back towards the pier, did he look, because obviously, like, where we are, we'd see if he looked at us kind of thing, or vaguely at our direction? Like, did it give an inclination that he knew that there was the person or the thing behind him and following him wasn't Terra?
Yes. He gave a look in your general direction, not directly at you, but where you are. And it's very obvious that it was towards you and not towards, like, some random citizen or something like that.
Yeah, Eludere would have just, like, lent in to G and just said, he knows we're here.
Oh, I know he knows we're here.
Yeah.
I should have said something about that. I mean, he doesn't, like, know where we are, but he, like, knows where he is. He doesn't know it's us. He knows that something is here. I'll get better at communicating. I'm not used to there being other people while I'm sneaking.
Neither am I, to be honest. Well, if you wanted to, did we want to do anything, or do we want to just, wait for Terra and head back?
Probably just wait.
We'll Skyrim wait in the shadows.
Love that, love that.
Have we noticed anybody, or can I see if I have noticed anybody looking at the two of them like, what is this woman doing here? Fuck off, I need to speak to this dude.
No, you've barely even noticed anyone even giving them a second glance. Either. Like, no one's, like, looking out being like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, everyone's just going about their day. Returning back to Terra, you get the feeling it would take some convincing for him to reveal anything further. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, let's take it and do an attempt. I feel like you guys know that, like, chess game where it's like 5D chess or something. Like it's like that. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
there's
So many layers.
Yeah. I'm like, how do I? Okay. I'll kind of step a bit closer. I'll say, I'm willing to trust you if you trust me. And ultimately, I want what is best for the realms. That is what is most important to me. No matter... It doesn't matter how high the obstacles are. If they're in my way, they're in my way. And don't assume that I'm trying to think of how to word it.
Wording is difficult, I understand.
It is.
You can say the vague idea, you don't have to roleplay if
Yeah.
you're not sure.
No, I think... Then she might step, like, a little closer still. Not like, we're not getting super close so it's uncomfortable, but just like, if someone has wronged you, even if you don't need help, we could help. And even if maybe you've already made up your mind about the book club, about me. I've seen some pretty awful things, so don't assume that anything that you're going to say is going to surprise me. If that's what you're worried about. Not often you spend a night in literal hell.
Just a casual hell reference, love it. Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Unless you
Oh,
feel it was
no.
something else, I don't know. It's
No.
up to you.
Oh god, which of you bastards do I trust? None of you. Okay. Let's go with this one. Okay, it's not too bad. 19.
19. It's almost sweet. You think I'd be influential enough to impact the realms in any way. But I can assure you my actions will have no impact on the realms as a whole. And on any of the people that live here. You have my word on that. Might not mean much. But you do.
Well then. She will hold out her hand for a handshake. I won't bother you further. You've made up your mind. I can respect that. If you change your mind, let us know.
Just one thing. I would recommend making your way out of town after tomorrow. Again, no impact on the realms. Just recommend it. And he'll shake your hand.
What are you going to do?
You can always stick around and find out. You'll know everything tomorrow morning.
Maybe I will. Don't you think it'd be easier just to talk about it now, rather than potentially be at the end of my sword tomorrow?
Paladin. Nice try, Paladin. If you want to talk with me, though, I believe your friend has ways of doing that.
Which friend?
I don't know, one of the ones that cast magic. I'm sure they're capable of it.
There's a
lot
lot
of
of
you
them that
do.
cast magic.
A lot of you do. You've seen me before? Hell. And he goes and he pulls a hair out of his head. You can even use this if you need. Magic, it's weird. If you have a direct link to someone, you can do a lot with it. Short of giving me your true name, my true name, not your true name. I can't tell you what your true name is.
Thank you. Just kind of put it in like a pouch, like nobody's ever given me a bit of their hair. Like,
I'm not sure here.
yeah. Like, am I supposed to admire it for a minute? Like, or...
But yeah, you get the idea that though persuasive, it wasn't quite enough to get him to spill his guts in this instance. But he definitely feels that he can trust you. It's just not enough.
See you in the morning.
You won't. But feel free to talk anytime.
Oh, I wouldn't have said that if I were you. Friend.
Yeah, fair. He nods in your direction. He nods in the general direction of G and Eludere in the shadows as well.
If he's going to nod at us, G is going to appear.
Love that. Though obviously
Why
he's
not?
nodding towards Eludere, who doesn't actually currently look like Eludere. Just specifically. But yeah, he nods in your general direction. And heads off, leaving you on the pier, the three of you, to mull over what's just happened.
We're staying, right?
I feel like we have to.
Like, you can't be like, ooh, I think that you should leave. And then expect us to actually leave. Like, people don't do that, do they? People don't leave when they're told to leave.
I mean, I don't.
It depends on who's asking and who's being asked, typically.
Yeah, but well, true. But, like, that was suspicious. That's like a stay. He basically asked us to stay.
Maybe we should consult with the others before making a decision.
True.
Friend is gonna want to stay.
I feel like he's going to regret saying we can contact him anytime because, I mean, with the amount that Friend talks to Iliwana, that's... He did that
Well, the
to
pendant
himself.
doesn't. The pendant is direct to Iliwana. He is safe from that, in the very least.
I feel like Friend could find a way if they wanted to, anyway.
Just like hack the pendant. So I'm gonna make phone calls to other people.
Literally what I was about to say.
So yeah, you head back to the Tainted Tendril and very quickly meet up with the rest of the gang. Temi, Attenborough, and Friend, what would you have been doing in their absence?
Generally annoying the others.
Yeah, probably would have grabbed a drink and just sat down like, oh, I guess we'll be here.
Yeah, just like found a seat at a table and just sat and wait and say, well, Terra said that she's gonna do a thing, and I guess we'll just wait. I guess. Like,
Friends zoned out when everyone left. It's like, wait, where are the others? Where'd they go?
Well, Terra gave me like a nod in the hand saying that she's going out to do something. I'm sure it's probably like a sneaky mission of some sort.
Terra doesn't sneak.
You have a point there.
Sometimes she tries.
Yes. But
Oh well.
yeah.
I'm sure they'll come back eventually. They haven't abandoned us here forever.
No, I'm sure they didn't just recruit us to leave you behind.
Maybe that was the plan all along. I'll find them.
Friend being big brain, I see.
You also notice in the tavern while you've hung out behind, you kind of didn't really necessarily recognize it before, but you see that a fair amount of people are dressed in these long red robes. The robes of the Hellfires. They have that familiar sign at the front, which is a diamond shape with a flame inside, in kind of like a very artistic kind of fashion, but obviously very reminiscent of the group itself. And especially being the big sponsors of the event, there are loads of members around here currently. You do still see Narbeth, the elven woman who was the announcer for the sessions today, kind of wandering around. She's kind of got like a sash or emblem on her that kind of signifies that she is of a higher like hierarchy than the rest. But otherwise you kind of get a bit of a glance at, you know, the other regular locals and that kind of thing. Everyone appears to be fairly jovial, fairly happy, kind of talking about how the day is gone and all of that kind of thing. It's just kind of a good vibe. But yeah, eventually you'll join back up with Eludere, Terra, and G, who return to your table and just kind of sneak on back in, having just done their little adventures.
Where did you go?
You left the child behind.
No, you didn't take me with you.
We just went on a sneak.
With Terra?
Terra didn't do the sneak.
Oh, it's a shame.
You left me behind.
I'm
sorry.
sorry. We're such bad company.
Temi, we are still strangers. It is
I didn't
okay.
say that. You said that.
Also, friend can absolutely take care of themselves.
At 13 weeks?
Yes,
Yeah.
have you seen him?
I'm big. Well, I'm not as big as you, but I'm still pretty big.
We did one time, we played Truth or Dare, and I dared friend to scare someone, and I do not think they will ever be the same.
They won't.
Yes.
Oh no, I just remembered that.
That's scary, huh?
I'm
Vaguely
spooky.
recall other things that happened that night.
Hmm.
I understand why you wouldn't have fixated on friend.
I would love to hear that story later.
Yes.
There's a
right
little
now.
blush that goes across G and Terra's face.
You can't see me. Oh, I just have to polish my shoulder armor really quick.
She just like a turtles into her armor.
Just like her hair. I can just see this.
Do not perceive me.
For now, should we go over what we witnessed on the pier?
Oh yeah, we found some stuff out, but we probably shouldn't do it in the tavern. Is that we could go to our rooms? Unless there are
Okay.
objections. Did we eat? I think we ate before we left. Or do we need to like order room service?
We eat enough for you. Let's go. I want to hear the thing.
You can pick up plates from the table, like that's fairly easy. Like I'm
Just
sure
steal
that they would have
someone's
ordered
meal.
stuff. Yeah, I meant like I would assume that you would have ordered something while they were gone, like you know, and you've just like picked it up and you've gone upstairs.
Tap us to the
Absolutely fine.
room!
Hell yeah!
We might need these for strategic reasons. It's legit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Grabs
Yeah.
a bottle of whiskey from behind the bar. We need this too, for strategic reasons.
Definitely. But yeah, you head upstairs with your food and everything.
So what happened?
Ralphia, elven guy, red hair, yesterday, wanted to join the book club. It's kind of weird. I look
Yeah.
rude. I saw him exit pretty quickly out of the tavern just now. So I followed him and we had a chat. And it was weird. He wants revenge for something. He didn't say who against or why. He said he was wronged, that he's not important enough, and that it's been a long enough time that it won't impact the realms, which is odd. Because how old do you have to be? But then again, my dad's like 300. Eludere, I think you're almost as old as my dad. That's not. It's just not weird. I'm gonna. Yep. Anyway, What else did he say? He recommended we not be here in Dilwyn tomorrow morning.
Which means we have to stay.
Yeah. So,
Did he say why?
no.
And like that's why we have to stay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to stay, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is that wise?
We learn stuff. We discover mysteries. We uncover mysteries. And someone being like, hey, you need to leave tomorrow before tomorrow because, reasons. Unspecified reasons. Are you not curious?
I am, but I would rather be safe. We could watch from a distance.
We're gonna like climb a hill and just stare down into the valley. Really?
I'll stay with you, but I would be a bit more cautious.
I'm not saying we're gonna like wake up in the morning and go find out where he's staying and knock on his door.
Why
And
not?
just
Room
stay.
service.
Good morning, we're still here. Are you gonna tell the plan?
I'm surprised you said that. I thought you would go do exactly that. But, well,
Well, I don't know where he's staying. We didn't ask
The
that.
one thing stopping
Probably
you.
here.
Probably here. Maybe he has a house. We don't know he's from out of town.
Well, he
Did
gave
he
me
fight?
a hair. If magic
Yeah, what
stuff.
is that about?
Is that a
Nobody's ever
mating
given me.
ritual?
What?
No?
There's,
I don't know, you guys do really weird stuff.
There's certain forms of magic that you can amplify with having something that belongs to a person, I think was what that was supposed to.
Oh.
Oh, well, none of my spells need hair.
What sort
least
of
not the
magic are you going to do
communication
with
ones.
him?
I'm not going to do any magic. I don't do magic. It's not what I deal in.
mm,
Oh.
He said to if we needed to contact him, but I don't think I can. Well, I don't think anything I have prepared today would be useful. I
I'm
just
gonna
have a hair
contact you
now.
people.
I have
mm.
used all my level 3 spells.
I guess my concern is that he said, "Oh, it won't impact the realms," but he told us to leave the whole town. So if
Well,
it's
you
the
weren't
difference.
specific about the entirety of the realm staying intact. Maybe he was just like, hey, this town doesn't count as the entire realms.
And there's also a difference between stabbing one person and stabbing a whole town. So the scale is kind of vague, which is what I'm concerned about. I mean, I probably would still be concerned if it's one person was stabbed, but
Did he fight in the tournament at all?
No.
no, he didn't.
What sort of revenge could he want?
Well, he said it happened a long time ago, but like I awkwardly pointed out, that's different for different people. A long time.
Hmm.
Did he look old?
He's an elf.
Maybe like
he
They don't look
seem
old until they're
old?
like really fucking old.
Did he seem old?
Well, G would probably assume that someone who is old seems kind of like wise. Based on that, would she think that he's old from all of his I've had a long time to learn how to not fucking say anything when I say things? Like, what would the vibe be?
Pretentious.
So there are plenty of people that you've come across who are quite old, but they don't necessarily like have that same vibe. If you were to find someone in your whole adventuring time who you most feel that he's like closest to in that sense of like attitude, regardless of age, it's probably Axis. And you know that Axis is quite old.
I'm maybe about to sneeze, so I might mute in the middle of the sentence. But Axis, we know, isn't hugely old for a dragon. Like, Axis, in comparison to Book, he's not, like, old. So,
True, but we are
I don't
talking
have, like, a
relative
scale
age.
of elf maturity to dragon maturity, like...
I guess that's the thing. Like, if you would consider
kind of
Axis
feel
old,
like late
that's
20s?
probably the vibe that you get in here. Like, it's kind of like trying to consider like how old an elf is if compared to anyone that you've met in your entire time here.
Yeah.
Like, there's different variations, but he's probably the closest in attitude and general how's he mots it.
Okay, so I don't really think he's old, but he's probably decently old. Well, he's old compared
He's
to
much older
G.
than a human.
Yeah.
He's not 19 years old or 20 years old or whatnot. He's much older than that.
Wait. I have a better comparison for this. Compared to Taryn, whose age I actually know, he's like 200-ish and something. Does he feel older than my ex?
Yeah, in kind of like an older brother kind of way to that, if that makes sense.
Okay, so not like...
Close, but not too much older.
That helps. Thank you.
That's a good comparison. I like it.
I did forget that he existed for a little while. I'm like, I don't know any actual elves. Oh, wait. Yes, I do.
Does anyone know where the Hellfires originate from?
We could ask them.
When they give their little where the Hellfires spiel, do they actually say anything like that?
They didn't mention where they're from in the ones that in the one that you heard. Just that you know that they aren't local to the realms. But there's plenty of them around. You could definitely speak to some.
Would any of us know that about them? Like, just from...
Yeah, for sure. Like they mentioned it in their opening speech. And like, you know, you roughly have like a background knowledge of the Hellfires. It's already been established that they were like, you know what? I'm not giving it to you for free. Roll me history checks. I don't give things away for free all the time.
Eludere asked, so I won't roll, because she's just like, hey besties, do we have this information?
19.
I got 24.
24.
13?
13.
Eight?
Okay.
Ooh, wait, I got a 19 plus. What was it? History?
Yeah.
21.
Nice. All right. It is enough to know that, like, amongst all of you there, it is enough to know that the Hellfires are something that is local to Ostelos and not the realms. The Hellfires were initially dragon hunters. They used to hunt, capture, and kill dragons. That eventually turned into them capturing them and using them as sport in their fighting rings. That then turned into what they are now, where they sponsor fight clubs. It's just that they no longer use live dragons in their sport. The specifics of how that all went down, you're not too sure, but that's like a basic summary of their history.
Elodie, do you think it's something against the Hellfires?
Well, they said all he assured was that it wouldn't affect the realms or anyone that heralded from the realms. And if it's something that happened a very long time ago, it's very coincidental that the grand prize was something that was an ancient artifact that was made from the scales of a dragon.
Yeah, knowing the Hellfires, it's probably not a case of I would like to give you guys some scales to make some armor.
If they were going to get revenge on anyone, it would make sense that it would be, the big organization that's in town.
Where are they staying? Here?
Yeah.
Okay. And he told us to leave tomorrow.
No, leave before tomorrow.
Leave
by
before
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning.
So one might think that what he was saying that you wouldn't stand by is the slaughter of people that are affiliated but may not have been the ones that did the wrong. Could have been their ancestors. It could just be because they are associated with a branch that hunted dragons. It could be none of that. It could have no relation, but it is very coincidental.
I suppose it would make sense for it to be the Hellfires if it's happening now and it hasn't happened sooner. If it was someone that already lived here, why wait until now? But still, I was thinking the Hellfires were in Corwald, the Colosseum, but Corwald is a much larger. Proper guards. A lot of them. So if you were going to strike anywhere, a smaller town would be easier.
They're more isolated here.
Perhaps it specifically has something to do with whoever these scales came from in the first place. The last tournament that you fought in, was there a dragon forged item that was up for grabs?
No. It was this cape.
It's made of bats.
Well, the Colosseum
Is it made of bats?
Oh no.
It's made of leather. It's not made of like bat leather, is it?
It's not made of that.
It's
Bat leather.
hundreds of bat wings sewn together. Hey, you
There
can
could be giant bats in the realm, and I just don't know.
I mean, in fairness, there is an item that is sewn together fairy dragon wings, so it's not outside of the realm of D&D that there'd be a cape made of sewn together bat wings. So
Ahana is crying right now.
yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna take my dragon out of his bag.
Ohana jumps out of your bag and is just like shakes his head a bit, just sneezes like a bunch of times, like he's been inside for too long. And just the rest of you see
come out to play.
Yeah, little Annie comes out of your pocket, and so you see a tiny little fire salamander, no longer than like a forearm from head to end of tail, and you see a small red fairy dragon emerges from a bag and just kind of collapses onto the floor and just like really shakily like rolls and looks around and looks up at you all.
I'm gonna pick him up like a cat, and put him on my lap and be like, "This is Ahana. This is Annie." Point the dragon at Shatter. This is Shatter.
Oh yes, I know about that chat. Okay. Animals came out of your bag.
It's a bag of animal holding. Holding animals.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Are they fed in the bag? Okay.
You ever heard of like this local legend of Pokemon?
Oh.
Well, while they're in the bag,
Pokemans?
Pokemans, they are well looked after, and they have freedom to roam, and No, it's a good time in that bag.
It's a nice little house.
Ah,
We could,
fascinating.
Attenborough, we could try it.
Same brain, Tammy. Same brain. All right. Which animal
Spider
do we want to change? Oh! We change the animals and then we go into that bag of animal holding. Check it
I
out.
just want to make sure everyone is comfortable and happy.
They come out and report going like, yes, actually, it's quite delightful. Wouldn't that be
Feel
nice?
free.
I will point out
what
1187
Yelp
is
rating
also
would
in
you
the
give it?
bag. That is the last animal in there currently.
Oh
Last
yeah,
creature
they can
in
come
there.
out too if they want.
So
What was
out,
that? Sorry.
out comes a giant spider, the size of a small dog. They're like kind of like phosphorescent on the top with like whites and blues throughout the top. That kind of comes out sheepishly and just kind of will like mostly hide behind friend. But now the bag is empty.
Oh, and what is this giant spider friend?
The name is 1187. They're a
One
giant
187. Oh, yes. I was in a I guess a spider cove before one night during my scouting nights, and I think I myself got a code while I was blending in.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean friends?
Yeah. I mean, we had to find out are they okay in this forest, and I think my number was probably 5504, something like that. Yeah.
Cool.
How fun.
You're a spider too.
Yes. I'm sure Temi was too.
Many times.
No way. Besides your wolf. Besides your wolf, the main choice of wolf. No.
I like to mix
Did you
it up
enjoy the bag? Does the bag get a good
Yes.
rating?
Go in the bag. Do it.
I like that
I don't
we've
think
gone
we have
from
enough-
very serious conversation to let's go in the bag.
Go in the bag.
Wait, do we have a short rest?
Yeah, we would have
if
had one
that's-
after
Yeah,
the
you've had
tournament.
Yeah. That's going.
Yeah, let's do it then. Let's do it.
All right. So the druids wild shape into what? What are you? What are we going for
Just
here?
a black spider.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
want to do a giant spider, otherwise we're gonna
Get confused.
Take off
Forget
too much
who's
room.
who.
Oh my god. I want to go in as like a monkey.
Yeah, fair. You can be a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they open the bag up and they kind of do this like you kind of feel this pull. You feel yourself lurch forward from your stomach as you're brought into this bag. And it's quite literally brought into this bag, this kind of vortex of, for you all, for you both, from your perspective, you feel as though you're being dragged through some kind of portal. And as you head inside, for a moment it takes your eyes a few seconds to adjust, but eventually you kind of get a bit of your bearings on your surroundings, and you've opened up to this beautiful green field. And in this field, there are small wildflowers that are growing through the grass. The fields stretch on for as long as you can see. It's a beautiful, sunny, picturesque day. As you kind of wander around, move and run, you feel that these go on forever. If you
Imagine
stop...
Tammy.
Yeah. Just wandering through. And as you do kind of have a bit of a look around, you immediately, as you're kind of moving through, you smell this like mouth-watering scent coming from the ground around you as you're kind of disturbing the grass. And you reach to pick up some of these small wildflowers and you eat them. And you feel yourself become hydrated and it tastes amazing, like your favorite foods. What do you think your favorite foods would be? As a bit of a curveball question there.
As a spider?
No, as you, because you are still the spider.
Okay. Probably like roasted vegetables and like roasted meats and things like that. Like things you'd find at a campfire and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Attenborough would be like, this tastes like the pie that I usually get after the tour. The flour tastes like a pie.
But yeah,
I mean,
and
in a bag.
you feel you're hydrated. You have, like, I can't describe this any other way than, like, you know when you eat like a vegetable that has a lot of water content, you kind of feel that hydration. You get that same feeling from this as well. You look around and there are like small beds that are like laid out into the grass that appear to be mostly slept in. There's this small like cat tree looking thing that you imagine is probably where Ohana hangs out, being the only one that can fly. But yeah, it's picturesque and beautiful.
I could stay here.
It's very tempting, but wait. Would I be intelligent enough to draw what I see in the bag?
You probably wouldn't have anything to draw on, would be the only problem.
True. Okay, mental images being
Mental
printed
snapshot.
right now. Yeah.
It's Pokemon Snap.
Yep.
Yeah. Pokemon Snap, Animal Crossing. Let's go.
Yeah,
So,
let's
yeah,
go.
Giving them a couple of minutes, someone will eventually like rustle you out of the bags, and you're kind of
Yeah, I
thrown
was
onto
gonna
the
ask,
floor.
are they allowed out by themselves, or do we have to take them
No,
out?
you'd have to actively take them out, but you know that, so like after some time you kind of throw them out onto the floor. This small spider and a monkey just rolls off to the side. And you've emerged from the bag successfully. Feeling well rested and well fed, as though you've had meals yourselves. You see the rest of the party is like sitting there eating their tuppers, but you are just so full and done.
Did you like it?
It was beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I assume we turn back to humans.
Yeah.
Beings. I was just like,
The spider's just like skittering at everyone, like.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So we turn back into ourselves and like, yes, I will immediately takes out a pen and paper and starts drawing it out, writing it into his book.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Got
Temi would be
flowers.
putting it in the research journal.
Yeah.
Certainly. Now
Yeah.
that you've been solidly sidetracked, anything else that anyone would like to add?
Any extra DLC?
All I was gonna say is,
yeah.
assuming we are correct with the Hellfires are the target, do we want to take the rest of the day to ask around, investigate, look, I don't know, try to gather information, or do we just rest and wait and see what the morning brings? How do we want to handle it?
I guess a question to that is, if they are the target, how would you react if morning came and there was some force that came to slaughter them?
They were kind of rude.
It'd be pretty rude.
Well, he was pretty tight-lipped about what sort of wrong had been done to him. There are too many unknowns to say one way or the other. Is it just people who specifically have wronged him, or is it pat down everybody? Is it burn down a whole town? Is it... There are too many things I don't know to make a judgment one way or the other. He was pretty tight-lipped.
It would sound like that he's just gonna do a blanket murder.
Does kind of sound like that, yeah.
I would like to just point out that nobody said anything about murder. Just that
That
we
was the
shouldn't
vibe, though.
be here.
Or why else would you be advised to go away? Assuming nothing will be.
Maybe they're planning on doing like a nudie run into the fucking lake and he thinks we're prudes.
Well, he's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, nobody said anything about murder.
I think
Mhm.
he wants to do a murder. Let's be real.
Well, yeah, true.
I
But-
hate to say it. I hate even thinking it, but there's also the risk that whatever happens, it could end up being something that we are blamed for.
That has happened before.
Yeah. Do we need that
That
extra
has happened
attention?
before.
Well, yeah, there was some riots a while ago, just after we left a city, and someone got murdered, and apparently the rumor was that it was us, but it wasn't.
We weren't even there.
There's now a counter rumor spreading that it wasn't us, although that's not really a rumor, that's like a truth that is now spreading to
Truma.
counteract the rumor. Because it wasn't us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I prefer when we're only blamed for murders we actually do.
I mean, that's fair. Do we have maybe like a second plan just in case anything goes a bit south? Have we any means of quick transportation?
I can teleport.
Ooh.
We can do that.
We have horses. Teleportation is definitely faster, but
We could
Yeah.
make horses.
I
We
mean,
can make horses and then teleport them.
Yeah.
and I guess Temi and I can fly if it's like a ground level wipeout.
We
Then
could always.
we can fly
survey.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, what time is it at the moment? Okay. Have a bit of time to think, or maybe even
Talk to some people.
I want to talk to him.
I mean, we can ask around downstairs if anybody knows where he's staying.
Yes.
We want to draw attention to him specifically by asking about him.
People probably saw him chatting to us last night, and we can just say that we thought we wanted to say something else. We could just say we thought he was hot.
We could just say we want to talk to him again.
Well, I tried that, and then I went, no, actually, it's probably less suspicious if we just go, he was hot. Because, I mean, it's pretty.
He was
Was
pretty.
he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Affirmative.
Maybe Temi should talk to him.
Well, if we have the hair, does anyone have the ability to...
Nope.
find him by utilizing it?
Yes, I can look at him. I don't know if
Looking.
With my eyes. Once we
with
found
magic. I don't know if that will tell us where he is though, unless he's somewhere easy to recognize.
My concern is if we ask around about him, we don't know what it is that's been done to him. If it is legitimate that he obviously has strong enough feelings if this happened some time ago and he still wants revenge now.
Yeah, he
I
had
mean,
like a simmering rage about him.
It's still a pretty cursed item to give away as a prize, you know? If you were still upset about that and people thought that was disgusting, wouldn't you be a little bit
Well, then
mad
why
that
wouldn't
that was a
he-
gift? Do you know what I mean?
Why wouldn't he have tried to take the armor from us if his problem is the armor?
Maybe his problem is the giving of the armor.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
that
what
it's
if
a
he's
prize to be won.
Maybe the problem is the obtain method.
And also, nobody knew that the armor was the prize until the end. It was a
Maybe he just
surprise.
wanted to
That's true.
It was a
confirm
surprise
it.
prize.
I mean, this is assuming we're right about the Hellfires being the target, which
That's
Yeah.
true.
I feel like that's a
I'd
very
see-
big assumption.
it seems likely, but just because it seems likely doesn't mean it's the truth.
There could be some kind of like mafia type organization here that we just don't know about yet. It could be anything. It could be entirely justified.
Maybe.
Well, are we all set on staying then, and potentially having the risk of being involved in something or being accused of things or whatever? Or we take the risk if we leave that innocent people are going to get hurt.
I was always keen to stay.
Personally, I just want to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we're safe, I'm happy to stay.
About 2 kilometers up in the sky, just watching.
Yes.
Hmm.
Temi, you should know that we are very rarely safe, though.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a more, subtle way of saying
It could pay
join
to
the
be a
book club and
little
you're never going to
safer.
be safe ever again.
Fuck.
We did say that. We have
I know, but
many
we could be a
enemies.
little safer.
We can try, but no promises.
That's
We
fine.
probably won't even try, so really no promises.
I'll try for all of us.
Okay.
Well, I guess if anything happens, then we'll have to sort out a plan to get us out of trouble.
Terra, you said he gave you some hair.
Yeah, he gave me a hair. Also, I like he's okay looking. I don't know, he's not my type, but so, like, I just look.
You
I
have
don't
She is
eyes,
going
Terra.
to raise an eyebrow.
Is this the last time I compare someone to an actual person as a definition of hot? Because
He
the
was hot.
judgment...
He is hot. There's no judgment.
I agree, but it's not necessarily everyone's taste, which you are entirely valid for. But we needed to know if it was hot energy, you know? That's probably more what you were looking for.
Friendo thinks he's hot. Terra does not think he's hot because 1, he's wearing a shirt. 2, not enough muscle. She has a type.
I like my men muscly and my women like G.
Men muscly,
Perfect
women
answer.
bitchy.
Look, listen.
Yeah, friend will take the hair from Terra. I assume she was offering it. And they will put it in their mouth and cast Scry.
Instead of just Yep. Okay, sure. Yep. I'm not even gonna fight it. Like, you could probably chop it up and like use it a couple of times or whatever, but
They didn't eat it. They just put it in their mouth.
I think that's worse somehow. Oh.
I imagine like
Chewing on it.
friend be putting the hair in the mouth like a floppy disk.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
lock it in.
So,
While Terra's holding it, like, oh.
it's like Lady and the Tramp, but like Ted Terra is holding it, and you're just like meeting.
Slapping it.
Oh god.
How long was his hair? Out of curiosity.
Very long, like decently long.
Okay. Let's wind it up.
Yeah, fair. Okay, I'm going to give you something, but we are about to jump to break. So let me just leave you on a cliffhanger, because I need at least one for tonight. As you do cast Scry, looking into the very visage of, well, like, kind of a casual bystander to wherever Ralphia appears to be, you instead see something you weren't expecting.
Oh my
The
god,
moment
foul
that-
thing shit.
The moment that the Scry initially connects, expecting to see sky, the overcast sky that you've seen outside, perhaps even the slightest glimmer of sunset, instead you see rushing water at an increasingly fast rate. Your eyes take a moment to adjust as you're all kind of sitting there looking. We've ruled that Scries are like kind of like a weird mirror that appears so you can all see it. And as you look, all you can see are bubbles. But you also see the briefest glint of green in the water before you. And then you see a maw and a jaw and teeth and big green eyes as green as emeralds, moving quickly through thick, heavy, dark, cold water. Small bits of ice that are broken up as they move through, moving faster than what should be physically possible for this huge creature in front of you. But you're very familiar with this type of creature, having known a few of them at this point. You see before you, expecting to see an elven man, instead seeing the form of an adult green dragon, swimming swiftly and smoothly through the icy lake. Slightly cold icy lake, not like iced over, just cold. And that is the point where we'll go on break. We will determine the remainder of the scrying when we do return. So, for those of you who remain in chat with us, thank you for being here. We're about to go on break. We'll be back in like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, who knows. I never put a time limit on it because who knows, we get distracted very, very easily. But we would love to have you here when we do return. While we're gone, does anyone have a question for chat?
Describe your dream celebrity / dragon mix.
I love that for you.
Lee Pace.
Oh,
What kind of
I
dragon
mean,
would he be?
We need.
Dragon.
There's no better combination.
that's it.
We have to know what type of dragon he'd be, though.
Okay, the question is, what kind of dragon would Lee Pace be?
Okay, I love that. All right, we will see you back soon. We appreciate your faces. Bye. Ba-blam. Welcome on back. So we immediately jump back into Friend, who has just cast a scrying spell using Iluana's pendant. I'm assuming, right?
No, I can just cast that.
I can just cast what?
Yeah.
When did you have access to that?
I've used it before.
Yeah, because you used it on Iluana's pendant.
think I just have it. I have it in my spells. I have it written in my book. I didn't realize I had it on the pendant. It's just one
The
of my
more you
spells.
know.
Okay, I didn't know that. But you
If I
do have
can
it as a
cast
part of
it
the
from
pendant as well.
Then I'll get a different spell.
Wild. Sorry, it's blown my mind for a second there. It's like
BurrowsRed is loading. Please wait.
Burrows.exe has failed to load.
Talk to you. Stop responding.
Regardless, you know what you're using, so feel free to mark off whatever thing is available for that. The important part is that you have a coiled up hair sitting in your mouth specifically to cast a scrying spell. And as the magical scrying mirror appears before you all, you see the rushing form of a green dragon racing through the cold but not like iced over lake. You're assuming the lake because it's the only body of water that would be big enough to house an adult green dragon currently traveling through. You can't tell from this distance where they seem to be heading, but they seem to be heading somewhere with significant speed.
Oh shit. That's not nice.
What is with us and dragons?
Gotta catch 'em all.
They really aren't supposed to be. They're supposed to be gone. I wonder if it's possible to be like a dragon magnet.
Maybe
Maybe
it
one
makes
of
sense.
Like cursed by a witch at birth. Well, not a cursed, but like, you know, like at birth, this is the prophesized person and all the dragons are just, I don't know.
Pretty good problem to have, though, really.
No, I could go home and ask my parents, but you know my parents. Do your parents have anything to say about a dragon prophecy?
I mean, they don't like telling me much about anything remotely useful, so I'm sure if I prodded them, eventually something would come out, but... means, Eludere, you were right about it being the Hellfires.
Can't think of anyone else that they'd be targeting apart from dragon hunters.
What are we gonna do?
Is it really our place to stop a dragon taking revenge on an organization that's killed hundreds of dragons?
I don't think so. And I
don't
mean,
think so.
that silver armor could have belonged to Book's dad. Or mum, but we don't know about their mum. That's kind of fucked up.
Well, I was intending to have it sent back home and have it returned to the Dragon Glade.
That would be nice.
I think that's quite fair.
Maybe
What are
don't
we
need
going to do for ourselves, though?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to hunt something, you have to be prepared to be taken down by the thing you're hunting. So like you said, I don't think it's our place to interfere, really.
I was thinking we could help.
I don't know about that.
I mean, it's always good to have. We could like not
Do
actively.
we really want to be
kill
responsible for
people.
another?
Yeah, we might want to enter another tournament later, and we can't do that if we...
No. I'm not saying we actively kill people. I'm saying if we just help out with like some boosts from the side or something, it's always good to have more dragon friends.
Maybe
You
we
did
can...
just say collect them all.
I did.
That's something to do with that poker something myth you were talking about.
Pokemans.
Yeah.
Is this some ancient Yahoo that we are? No idea. Anyway, you are thinking that you might be able to talk with the dragon fellow and maybe talk out of it or something? What are you?
Well, I can't do that until the morning. Need to have a big long rest to recover some spell slots. But I wasn't particularly keen on talking him out. This seems like justice.
Mm.
So you So you kind of want to be there to see it happen.
I want to make sure he doesn't get hurt.
But if people see us here not doing anything to help, could damage our
Yeah.
reputation elsewhere. I think we're getting well known enough now that we actually have to be concerned about it, which is annoying, but
Yeah, we kind of
So we
told
make a-
everyone here who we were.
yeah.
We could
Yeah.
make a big show of leaving and then sneak back. Just to make
Maybe-
sure everything goes okay for him.
Maybe we do leave. Slip him a note telling him where to find us.
Well, if it's in the morning, I can send him a message.
Wait, but you said that he has heard about you, about book club, so
Mhm.
he would know where to find you.
Not necessarily.
We don't really say this is our secret hideout because our secret hideout is full of secret dragons.
Secret. I don't know if we
Yeah.
mentioned that already. We know.
No, I think we did.
Did we?
Maybe
Oh,
we should
I
tell our
mentioned in
dragons.
the very least mentioned book.
Maybe we
Definitely
should
mentioned
tell
at least one.
our dragons what he's planning on doing. Maybe they can contact him.
You can ask. You can tell
Can-
Iguana.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea, actually. I think it's something that any opinion that we have is not going to really count for much, considering it's not us that's affected or been affected.
Yeah.
Not
If you
our
have
clients.
someone or some other dragon, they can sort of report the situation. Maybe they can do it because they are planning on. Well, this, from what we can see, he's planning for a icy murder.
A chillin' killin'.
A chillin' killin', as the youngsters would say. Maybe let the dragons do the dragon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not. I was going to say Book can teleport to us, but maybe Book can teleport to us. They can sort of teleport wherever they want, I think. If it's a big enough deal. But I think they should know either way.
If Book can teleport to us, saying that the dragon scale mail still with our possession, that we can show him about this thing.
I don't know if we should tell him about that at all.
I don't. Maybe if we're going to tell him, we tell him over tea and biscuits, and while he's sitting down, and we have time to talk about it. And
Take him to a nice restaurant and ask him, when did the pain begin?
Well, I can send a message to Ilyana and see what she says.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to do
would be
that.
pretty good.
I will
Oh, wait,
also.
first, thanks, Sarah.
Oh, before the
Well-
scrying image drops, also you spot as Ralphir is moving through the water, and at this point you are very certain that it is him. It's not like he's riding a dragon or anything like that. It's very clearly focused on
Didn't
him.
even consider that.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, no one suspected this. I could get away with this being not him. But I'm not gonna do that. But you do spot across his back and kind of just subtly beneath one of the wings is quite a decent sized gash just at the point that his wing meets his back. And it looks to be quite a significantly old wound that seems to have impacted his left wing quite considerably. And you see that as the scrying image is pulled away. And you pass the hair over to Terra. It's quite a sentence. But yeah, you
I'll
would like
just
to
flip
speak
this
with
my
Ilyana?
other hair.
Yes, I will message Ilyana
I'm going to mention to the new people, Ilyuana's a dragon as well.
She's our friend.
We rescued her from a blacksmith? Yeah.
Evil blacksmith.
Evil blacksmith.
And a cult.
Yeah.
Hi, Ilyuana! Wait, what's his name? Ralafir?
Ralafir, that's right.
You know a green dragon called Ralafir. Ralafir, he's here, I think, and wants to kill people. Okay, that's probably about all the words I can get out.
That's fair, that's fair. You hear back in the familiar, soft, warm tones, definitely very patient, of Ilyuana as she returns. I have not heard the name Ralafir, but you say that he is a dragon and he is to hurt people? Is that down in Delwyn?
I'll respond in an hour.
Ilyuana's like, ah! But yeah. So yeah, she's responded saying that she doesn't know who he is, basically.
She doesn't know him.
It'd be a fake name.
Wait, do we know his name? Like,
Yeah, he introduced himself to
Yeah.
us.
oh, so he used his real name?
Well, as far as we know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well, yeah, she doesn't know who he is.
Well, he did say that the grievances, shall we say, that he had with, well, presumably the Hellfires were old enough, and he was unimportant enough. Maybe he just didn't think anyone would recognize the name if he's that old.
Maybe. Are there any big lakes nearby? Maybe we can try and find him.
Actually, yeah, we were on a pier by a real big lake earlier. When we snuck out and followed him.
So potentially he was going
So-
home and then you
Yeah.
left him.
Could have just watched for a little longer. Oh no, he knew we were there.
Yeah.
Let me just take a dip in this lake. Keep in mind. Just out of here.
Swan dive.
Maybe
Mr. Darcy moment.
No, it's gonna be Godzilla moment.
Where we just walk into the lake and we don't like dive, we just keep walking.
Casually. Oh yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.
Sorry, as well with the scry, was there any inclination that Ralafir knew that he was being scried on? Like, was there any? 'Cause there's an invisible orb. I would like to know.
As
Well, it was sort of
discussed.
behind him, right?
Yeah, like, you get the feeling that whatever he was doing was enough that he wasn't really, like, looking out for people watching him. He was swimming under a lake. So, from, like, just kind of observing him, he wasn't, like, overly, like, watching for someone following him or anything. So you probably get the feeling that he didn't know.
Like, here's my hair. These idiots won't scry on me.
Not immediately.
Immediately. Oh shit!
Thanks for the hair.
You're a dragon man?
Oh my god.
So he's just like, oh, I'll just have a quick breather and step out of polymorph and just have a little swim because they're not going to scry me immediately and I will
Stretch my
polymorph back.
legs.
Yeah, I'll shapeshift back in like half an hour because
Gotta take a icy lake break.
Mm.
Well, yes, we could go back down to the lakefront if we were wanting to try and speak with him.
We could
I
try.
have an
We're
idea.
just gonna yell into the lake. Hey,
No,
buddy.
you
You there?
Do you knock the lake?
Throw a couple of stones.
I was more thinking we could have tracked along the edge of the lake and see if there was a specific area that he'd entered the lake from. But yes, we could yell into the lake and see what happens.
Yes, love to see it.
Someone puts their head under the water and yells real loud. You might hear.
You were
What if-
saying, Terra?
I think if we're here and involved in any way, well, I don't think it's something we should try and prevent. Obviously, I don't like the idea of people being caught in the crossfire, but I don't think it's something we have any right to try and stop. But I also think that if we're here when it happens, it's not going to look good for us, no matter what. Which, again, we have to think about these things now. Ugh! So, I think for the rest of the evening, well, if we can, I think we make contact with him somehow, either tonight or in the morning, and we say, we tell him about the tower. We tell him to come and speak with us there. And I think we leave. And I think we don't come back here, at least for some time. I think it'll look too suspicious if we leave and then immediately come back conveniently after an attack has happened.
I don't think we have any reason to come back.
I think it's also, well, as good a time as any to show the three of you our kind of base of operations, I suppose.
Now, it's called the Death Tower, but don't be alarmed. Not that much death has happened there since we've lived
Not
there.
much.
Well, actually, I
Um,
think none since we officially moved in.
True. There was some death around the time.
Very, very close to the time that we moved in.
Immediate
but-
before, actually.
Did you-
since-
Kill the owner?
Yes, he was
acquired-
very bad. He was
Oh.
turning people into well, he named
Construct.
his house the Death Tower, so that kind of gives you the vibe, right?
Paints
Yeah,
an
we
image.
defeated him,
Wonderful.
so it was free real estate, and now we live there.
Think you're quite an entrepreneur.
Yes.
See the opportunity and seize it. Spiff.
Yes, very much
Well,
so.
There's a lot of books there, so if any of you wanted to learn anything, languages, tools, there's stuff for just about everything.
Oh yeah. Love a
There's also there's like a room full of spiders, and there's a room
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
The crystal corpse room. They're not actually dead.
yeah, they're not dead.
They just
But-
appear kind of dead.
Yeah.
Is it in stasis or something? like that?
Yes.
I
They're
wonder if any
astral
of them-
projecting to another plane, fighting demons. It sounds like I made that up, but seriously, that's
it's-
what they're doing.
Yeah. What if some of them are my relatives and I have no idea? Oh god.
Probably,
When they wake up.
yeah. I think we established that likely some of them are.
Oh
It's
boy.
just that's a later problem.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
actually a much later problem since we have no idea how to wake them up.
Yeah.
For a now problem, shall we head down to the lakefront? Or are we going to wait for you to message Iluana back?
I'm
Message
sure it'll
Iluana
be
from the
fine.
lake.
Let's just go. Let's to the lake.
Sure.
Shall we make our departure now? Shall we get our things and check out and see ourselves off? Or are
I
we
believe
intending
so.
to come
Not a
back and
bad
then leave
idea.
from here?
Get
Would it
ourselves.
be- Real
Yeah.
suspicious to leave just before nightfall? Should we leave in the morning?
We can tell them that our room was
I can wake up real
stinky.
early and send him a message and say, hey, don't start your thing until we've made a big showy show of leaving.
He said to be gone by morning, so we could turn in now.
Yeah.
Leave
And
very
then we
early.
can-
Wouldn't it be better if there were people around to see us leave? Weren't we
Mm.
going to make a big deal of it? If we leave very, very early, no one will see that we're not here.
We could start a bar fight and get ourselves kicked out.
We can just check out normally.
They know we like fighting.
I'm
Elodie, very good at it.
I'm also
Oh no.
Avoids eye
Oh
contact.
no.
Just like rubs a bit of a bruise on her side.
How could it happen to me? We can just check out normally, saying that we gotta go. We got a schedule. The places to be.
Punch Manfred in the throat on the way out.
Go invisible and dack him on the way out.
Who was that man again?
Tie his
Manfred?
shoelaces together and pull his pants.
Yeah. Does anyone know prestidigitation? We can make this man think he shit himself.
Druid crafted.
I've done it before and I can't do it now because I don't have prestidigitation.
Yep.
You can do a smell and a sensation. That boy shit his pants.
I have
do
mage hand, I can put some
prestidigitation,
poo
and
in
then
his
I can-
pants.
You make him think he shit his pants and then use mage hand to dack him from a distance. And everyone can point and laugh and say he shit his
Oh. Oh
I can
God.
cast a silent image that looks like shit. But
The amount
We can
of energy that's
soil-
going into this, like
You can.
Oh
I
my
think you can
God.
soil a square foot with prestidigitation,
can.
so you could just literally soil his pants.
I can have
This
3
may be
going
one
at
of
a
our
time.
most
I can make
intricate
it.
plans.
Mm.
How
I can
to
make it
fuck
look
this
like
guy
it
out the
and smell
maximum?
like it.
And then Eludere will go invisible, and when he tries to shuffle away crying, she can trip him off.
No, we
Christ.
are going to turn this guy into the
Just folds
BBEG.
his pants down so he just can't pull back. She can just like put a foot on them.
Oh. Oh God.
Or he bends down, and she just pushes his head down, so they like do
Rest in pieces. Just
recreasterum pace.
I do like the idea of a bar fight more, but hey.
I mean,
No,
by
this
all
was as
means,
well as the bar
absolutely
fight.
snap one.
This is additional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would check out normally and then
This
go
is-
like, oh no, what's this?
Yeah, this is like
a bar fight.
the optional conditions of a main quest, where you just get a better result if you fulfill the like side requirements.
You get a gold medal
It's the-
instead of
yeah.
a silver.
Yeah,
You get
the
a rank
chicken
an
kicker
S.
title in Fable.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, who's putting the chicken suit on and just running down to punch this man in the throat?
My God.
So what
Anyway.
is our official plan for today?
We still
Honestly.
have a little bit of daylight. We could genuinely leave now, and it's not that suspicious to get a head start on the day tomorrow.
Just say they
We
wanna
did
beat
do
the
everything
traffic.
that we had achieved. We came here for a fighting tournament. The fighting tournament is over. We could just go.
Well, friend, do you have enough magic left to teleport us back to the tower?
No, but I only need to rest for an hour to do that.
Lovely.
If someone gives friend a piggyback down to the race, down to the lake, does that count as resting?
I can do that.
Snooze. Yes, carry me.
I'll carry you.
I could go in the bag.
I actually
You can go in the
can go in
bag.
the bag.
We could put a horse in the bag. You could put me in the bag.
I was gonna say you're not an animal, but you do occasionally have spider legs.
What's the
Pretty
difference
sure I
between
saw
us and an
tentacles one
animal?
time.
Oh no, friend's getting
Oh, no.
existential.
Philosophical.
We've been here before.
Eludere's just packing her shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair,
While this
fair.
is happening, Eludere's just like cloak back on, just like standing there waiting.
can I try to go in the bag? Because I don't know if I actually can.
Sure. As you open the bag and you try to like put your head in there, you're just like wearing a bag as a hat. It doesn't seem to work for you in your current form.
I can't change my form at will, so.
But you have a very nice bag for a hat right now.
Is it working?
No.
You do also still have with you Ahana, who's curled up on G's lap, 1187, who is very close to Friend's bag, trying to hide as much as possible, and Annie, who's kind of like sticking their head out, who will look at the bag in your hands and just like, we're going back in the bag now, in that kind of way.
You could go back if you want.
I would like to stay in your pocket, and Annie will say from your pocket.
Okay.
1187 will like viciously nod in like so fast. Ahana's sleeping.
I need like one of them cat pocket hoodies.
Yeah.
You'd have a cloak. You could make it work.
If these people are dragon hunters, is it better if she goes back in the bag?
That's a good point. I'm going to try and just like put her back in while she's still asleep. And like, I've never been in the bag. I don't know if I let her go if she's gonna wake up, but I feel like what I'm doing is putting her to bed.
It's like when you pick up a sleeping cat, very upset with you and kind of like,
Oh, I own a dog. She just keeps sleeping. I thought this would work.
They do that slinky thing where they're like super
become
extendable.
liquid.
Yeah.
If you specifically slide the hand under and then do the same and you kind of like lift awkwardly, you can move them without like disturbing them. But it's a very curated technique.
Yeah.
Do I roll for it?
Roll me an animal handling check.
Oh god, I don't think I'm good at animal handling.
Oh, the one thing G isn't good at.
Yeah, it's a +2. On a nat fucking 20!
You spend enough time with Ohana that it's fairly easy to not let him wake up.
Dragon check. Oh.
I love that you're taking the picture too.
Yeah. It's actually, I'm mostly taking a picture because the light's hitting it really nicely. It's very, very sparkly dice. It's sideways. It's not the best photo for 20, but I believe you can all read sideways. I believe in you.
But yeah, you managed to put Ohana away without actually waking him up.
Good.
Just kind of does that chameleon thing where he's like reaching out in his sleep for someone's hand, but you're like carrying him, so he's just kind of like swimming in the air a little bit. And then yeah, he goes away.
Hold him hand. You're a monster.
But yeah, you pack up. You get ready to leave. Is that literally the plan? Just head on downstairs, check out, and head off?
Head to the lake.
Yeah.
All right. Then that is pretty much what you do. You head downstairs, hand your keys over to Bran. Bran will just be, late checkout, love your work. Hope you had a good day at the Fighting Pit. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your time anywhere. If you need me again, you know where I am.
Good,
We
lovely
sure do.
establishment. We'll probably be back at some point.
It's good to know.
You should
Look
take
forward
the
to it.
morning off. You've done such a good job. You deserve it.
Well, thank you. I'd hate to have anyone else working in the morning, though, after a big event like this, got to make sure I'm there to oversee everything and whatever.
I think they're just meaning if you're working this evening, it's best not to wear yourself out, though. You've already worked a full day and then an evening shift. Work the morning. Don't overstretch yourself.
Oh, hospitality life. You know how it is.
No.
Just never stop working. It's horrific.
I don't sense any real life trauma here at all.
No, there's no player bleed or whatever into that one at all.
None at all.
But yeah, he will just like, sheepishly accept it, but you kind of get the feeling that he's not really paying much attention in terms of like actually following your advice. And yeah, as you go to head out, you see that the tavern is still packed full of people.
As an alibi, so that he remembers that we leave in case we ever need an alibi, I'm going to give him a large tip and also order a bottle of something expensive at the same time. So that it's like,
Sure.
haha, they definitely left at night.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you give him a tip of however much you decide that will be, and you purchase yourself, what would you like? Like spirit wine? What are you looking for?
A growler size of mushroom juice.
Oh, not for G.
Yeah,
Although
maybe
that
not.
would be memorable. I'm just looking how much fucking money I have.
Because I think Attenborough wants to sort of describe what it is and write it into his book and go like, I found this! I can't believe they made juice out of this thing!
I can order you. We can take a mushroom juice with us.
A flagon
But
of
as
mushroom
for
juice.
whatever G is ordering, do they have any kind of like just spirit that is sparkly? Like you know how like Alizé is kind of sparkly, or you can get like the vodka with the gold flakes and shit in it. Do they have anything sparkly?
It's specifically the gin that you have that you still haven't drunk yet that you have sitting in your cabinet.
Wow.
I can't think of what it's called, but it's specifically that one.
It's the butterfly pea. It changes color.
Yeah.
Can I also
Ah.
order like a bottle of lemon juice then?
Sure. You can buy some sparkling lemon juice.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, otherwise it won't change color, and what's the point?
But yeah, feel free
And-
to determine how much that is. I would say roughly you're looking at about like 10 gold pieces for the bottle, and you work out how much you want for a tip.
I'll give him another 10. I'll give him 20 all up.
Perfect. Thank you very much for your patronage. It was very unexpected. Didn't need to do that, but much appreciated all the same. All right,
Lovely.
so anything else I can get you for the road? Otherwise, I guess have yourselves a good rest of your day and your rest of your travels.
Was the weird mushroom juice included in that price?
Sure, why not?
Okay, free mushroom juice.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, for that. Yeah,
Complimentary.
sure, have this for free. Like, need to get it
We're
out.
staying until tomorrow morning. We have some ready-made.
Exactly. They were prepared for you, and now they're like, oh, well, I guess we'll give it to you now.
Yeah.
Nobody else is ordering this shit.
To make
Very
it
kind of you,
extra
sir.
memorable, Eludere will get the Tabasco sauce equivalent, like a bottle of that, if they're selling it, because Friend liked it in the mushroom juice.
Yep, love it. Yep,
Yes.
easily done. There's like a fairly decent bottle of it. He's just like,
We're
oh,
going
you've
to-
all got strange tastes, but I'm not
Like,
one
and
to
now
knock
we're
'em.
going.
under the stars and drink this gin and this mushroom juice.
Fair. Sounds great. But yeah, enjoy yourselves.
Good day.
Good day. And he'll head back to the bar to, do his bar things. You have a bit of a last look around the tavern. You see it's still full with people. You spot a bunch of Hellfires. You spot a bunch of regular people. You also spot, you reckon at quick glance, around about 8 people with like the same kind of like heraldry as what Narbeth had, suggesting that they're like the higher tier members of the Hellfires. And with that, you head outside and you head off towards the lake. Are you just looking for like a space like off to the side? Are you looking to go out on the pier? Because the pier goes further in, if that makes sense. Because like
Yeah,
half of the town is built over the lake.
Yeah, Eludere wanted to go back to the pier, and just follow and see if there's any tracks. When the direction, because Ralphia came off the pier and walked along he walked past, didn't he?
Yeah, back into town. So the same way that you would have headed when you walked back as
Yeah.
well.
So I guess it's backtracking. Then I don't know. The best way, it's either that or just skirting the edge and trying to find a disturbance on the edge. What should be thinking if we're trying to find like a specific den kind of point? Or I mean, if you're just fucking going for a cheeky midnight
Cheeky
dip, just in the lake. Can we see a disturbance of the water at all? Because it's an adult green dragon.
It is a very, very large lake. Like I mentioned, it's like, even from the point where you're at, where half of the town or city is built onto the lake, it was still far, far in the distance before you saw the mountains. Like, it's very large. You can definitely roll a perception check to see if you can see anything.
Speaking of that, when we were on the pier, the water was not yet frozen, but in the scry, there were chunks of ice flowing through. Can we see a point as we're getting, like, looking across as it's getting closer to the mountain where it starts to freeze?
Yeah, I like that as a point anyway, so I won't make you roll for that. That's much closer to the mountains.
Yeah.
So, like, you get the feeling that it gets much colder as it kind of gets closer to those snowy mountains in the distance. Like, you get the feeling that if he is swimming somewhere, he's quite a ways away. It might be some time before he returns back to this side.
And if you have a rest, would you be able to send a message to Ralafir himself? Or can you only do that with Iluana?
I can only do that to Iluana, I think. Let me check in my book where I write all my spells down.
You would also have had an hour pass since you sent a message to Iluana. So you can send a follow-up if you so feel.
I'm saying it out loud so it's canon. We're bringing the horses. We are not forgetting the horses. We have horses. They're coming.
Yeah. I figured this is before you leave, so.
Okay.
In any case, we'll always have horses.
These ones, though, it doesn't matter.
Horses are horses.
We bought them and we're attached.
They don't even have names.
We bought them very recently.
Now there's still horse 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, I forgot that you're supposed to roll for scrying.
Oh, I didn't actually remember that either, but it's fine. I got you something for free.
I think with the hair, it's a wisdom save. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, so it's -10 if you have a hair, so it like makes it a lot easier. But I forgot about that. But no, I don't have message. So I can't do that.
Can you speak telepathically to a creature in range? You have to see
30
it, though.
feet.
Nah, that's not very far.
No, it is.
Rip.
I mean, worst case scenario, I just go for a swim.
I don't know if you're joking.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I would think that potentially. I mean, I would be more proficient than you probably, but people that can turn into aquatic creatures would be more proficient again.
Yes, I was
like pointing at the druids.
Like, these two animal crosses. Yes, I was about to say, if we need to, I can turn into a killer whale.
Such overkill.
Do you want the entire Taronga Zoo or what?
I do want to stress that if you did decide to scour this lake for them, it would take time. If you're okay with that, that's all fine. Just letting you know it would take quite a significant amount of time. Because, like, you're not in a rush or anything.
But... yeah. It's whether we can be bothered, I guess.
Yeah, like, are you having a chill time by the lake, just, like, sitting chilling on your beach chairs, waiting for someone to come back? Or are you just going, he's too far away, and then you decide to go anyway?
I'm good for either.
I think I would feel better if we get in contact with him before we leave, but if it's not possible, then...
I would like to ask him not to kill the nice people that were there.
Well, he did say that no harm would come to those of the realm. But that's not necessarily taking into account collateral, nor is it taking into account people that could be caught in the crossfire from the Hellfires themselves.
Yes. The
I think
person at the
it's-
bar was nice.
Probably too much to ask him to specifically protect if his goal is to kill the Hellfires themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, also Eludere would have been keeping an eye out that no one tailed them coming out of.
Yeah, you have fairly high
as
passive
well.
perceptions. And even if you're actively doing it, like, feel free to roll me a perception check as well. But I know that at least we're dealing with a 20.
Yes. 24. I can math.
You feel pretty confident that no one was following you. In fact, the only thing following you are little critters that decided to come up to the lake.
Suss us out.
Yeah.
As in, like, ones that are our friends or random ones?
Just random ones.
Cute. Hello, little friends.
As you address them, they just run off. They were curious enough to come up to you, but being addressed, they're like, nope. Absolutely not.
They come up to us and go like this. Confusion.
But
Yeah. Wait, so what did we want to do? We just want to just depart?
I think we're waiting.
We're still waiting?
Yes.
Or trying to think of a way to get his attention or contact him. I mean, I don't know if one of you shifted into something. I mean, he should recognize you, but it's also it's a big lake.
Do we have anything that we can use to cave?
What?
To locate? I think I cut.
I can locate objects, but I don't have it paired today. So, and also I don't. I don't think I could fudge it with hair as an object. I don't think it works like that.
So we could be waiting for a good couple of time. Oh wait, no, we are waiting to also for friend to like rest. Thing?
Already did that.
Ah,
I'm good.
Friend did the rest. So we can teleport away. And G can cast sending, but not until she's had a long rest. So that doesn't. There's not a distance on that as long as we're on the same plane of existence.
Maybe we just have to wait until morning then.
If we go now, then it would be very early
that's true.
when we wake up.
We could write in the sand or rocks or whatever it is, making the river's edge. Book club is here. Call me.
Oh
I
god.
hope that this is where he exits the river in the morning. But I think it's better just to teleport and call. in the
Yeah, that
morning.
would be a big assumption.
Yeah, we could be here all night, so
Yeah.
And especially like if a massacre happens in the morning on the riverbed, probably don't want to have written book club is here.
Hmm.
What
Maybe
about that
not.
thing that you say you keep getting roped in for
Yeah.
suspicion, hey?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're seeing at
Okay.
this point, like, the sun is setting, it's getting
Mm.
quite late in the day. Like,
It's getting quite calm.
yeah, it's very cold. It's a good time to leave, if you choose to.
I will start to cast teleport.
We will assume that you've taken your horses with you.
Horse
while
1, 2, 3, 4.
Go back into town, pick up our horses.
It was specifically stated that we brought our horses with us.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Although if we did cast teleport, like in front of the tavern, it would be extra proof that we left.
We walk away, we come back, we cast teleport.
Oh my
like,
god.
well, they could have just teleported back. Like,
Good
I
point.
think we're good.
Imagine their faces go like, why though?
As friend is sort of preparing and doing the casting, I'll say to our newbies, there are plenty of spare rooms, so you'll get to have your own room. So that's
Oh, jolly.
exciting. I think they should be free of spiders. You might have to get used to spiders. We'll see.
That's okay.
Yeah, we can
we're
we can be
fine.
friends.
Spiders do tend to hang out, like, mostly in the library.
Oh.
Yes, they do. One cannot just assume they don't read.
Pretty sure they don't read.
I can read, so I assume the rest of them can.
You're not technically a spider. Wait, we have a spider in the bag. Do you want to just ask
1187.
1187 if they can read?
Sure. I will summon them from the bag.
1187 really shyly comes out of the bag.
Hey, can
Why?
you read? Okay, you can go back now.
Oh no! Poor
Specifically,
creature.
friend is the only one, except for like if you cast like speak with animals, that can
Yeah.
speak with 1187. By the way.
Oh my god.
No, they can't read. I don't know why they like the library so much.
You get the feeling it's the high ceilings.
I
But
get
yeah.
the feeling though that it's the high ceiling.
But yeah, anyway, at this point, friend has well and truly finished casting the teleportation circle. And as they do, you quickly manage to make your way into the teleportation circle in quick succession. But as you do, you appear on the other side, literally smack dab right in the middle of the library. The Death Tower Library. And as you do this, essentially, with that lovely crescendo there, you erupt into a room, a large, ornate library filled with books up to the ceiling of like 10 to 20 feet tall. And you spot a few familiar faces inside. You see Ilyuana with her long golden hair, just like nice, modest robe on, small cup of tea in her hand. She kind of like lowers it down and like raises an eyebrow at you all, just kind of traveling through. You see Book standing beside her with like a hand on her shoulder. He's got like this tousled hair. It's silver in color and like a long robe himself. He's just chilling, having a good time. And you also see Axis just like burst through the door at this point, and he's just like got his hand on it. He's just like, "Yo, what you? Oh, fuck!" And just like a raid
I don't know
across the
why.
ceiling.
I just imagined he was gonna ask for the Wi-Fi password. And I
Like it's just like some inane question that he should have asked. He's probably asked like 10 times.
Oh my god.
And there are just like spiders sprawled across the ceiling, and it's just like absolute like meeting ground that's going on at the top. But yeah, you emerge within the tower. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's fantastic. And yeah,
Is Baranold here, or did he not come back with the dragons? We told him that
he has been
could.
dropped off here, so he's
Oh,
not in
good.
this room.
I was going to miss
Dropped
him
off.
very much.
If any of you look out the window, there's this giant window beside you that's like, it almost extends to the entire length of the building. You see that it's opened slightly, and you see just down in the snow, there's Baranol, and he's playing with these two golden statues in the snow just beneath, just chilling. Having a great time. And as you do look outside as well, you see that though the place is surrounded with snow, there is like a kind of a snowstorm going on outside of the walls outside of this tower. And it's going on quite fast and rapid and intensely, but doesn't seem to be impacting anything inside the walls.
We made new friends.
Hello.
Here they are.
I'm just deciding who would come up first. I'm gonna say it's Axis. He cannot help himself. So you see, he's like a taller, human-ish. I'm gonna say there's definitely the vibe that he is, you know, magical in nature. And he just looks to you all and he's just, yo, you've kind of multiplied there. New friends?
Oh, no, we didn't multiply at all. We found them.
They're good to know, good to know. Is every trip you take back
You
just
found
gonna...
our children.
We didn't make them.
That's also good, I suppose.
Although I don't know how that happened, so maybe we did.
Friend does not need to access, access. No, do not.
Not yet.
This Temi, Attenborough, Eludere, who has lots of fancy names that I can't remember right now, but Eludere. Toddlington is somewhere. Here's a mushroom. Shadow, who we've met before, but anyway, it's a whole thing.
Anyone, do you remember Shadow? He's a cat now,
Yes.
for real.
Wow. Very different to the last time I saw you. I'd imagine like Shadow's like up like at Ileana's legs, just like doing the whole like figure
Doing
eights.
eight, yeah.
Yep.
Doing the infinity.
Yep. We knew exactly what's going on. I thought you said that there were a dragon that was causing havoc, murder, and such.
Oh, no, he's not
We decided it was
causing
probably
havoc.
justified.
Yes, he's going to cause havoc.
He's going to kill Hellfires. We didn't think it was appropriate for us to intervene.
If a dragon wants to kill dragon hunters, seems fair.
It's at this point that you sense a change in the room's demeanor. Each of the dragon people themselves stop what they're doing. They look to you, and they get a very stern look to their faces.
Oh no, my parents are
Did we do
angry.
that? Yeah.
Book will first look to you at the front there, Terra. Hellfires in Delwyn, you say?
Like I've let down my dad. Like I'm like, oh, like I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Like, oh, yeah, yeah. Like we said, didn't feel. We're going to try and contact him in the morning. That Ralph here. To say, come here. We're on your side. We don't really want innocents caught in the crossfire, but at the same time, yes, we didn't feel it was right for us to stop him.
What is his connection with the Hellfires then?
Very old revenge?
That scar, I think friend sort of scried, and it looks as if he has a large scar on one of his wings.
It's at this point that Book will like abruptly put down the glass that he's carrying, and it'll make like quite a like loud noise on the table. We all have scars. We don't go around murdering groups of people.
Well, you don't, but he does.
And he didn't actually say he was going to murder people.
But that's obviously the assumption that you've come to.
Yeah.
Not all revenge is murder. But it probably. And it didn't seem like our place to tell him no. If you wanted to kill a whole bunch of people, I don't think we could stop you.
I'd support you.
It seemed like I
Are you angry?
No, I'm just disappointed. Sorry. I couldn't say that with a straight face. You get the feel. Okay, roll me an insight check. That's not canonically what he said. I couldn't not say that in that moment.
Okay, I think my insight is 10. Yeah, so 15 plus 10, 25.
25. He doesn't look like he's angry with you.
Oh, that's a relief. I don't care then.
He looks like he regrets something.
Oh, how do I probingly ask what's going on here?
I think you can just literally ask, "What's going on here?"
I looked at you and you seemed
How well do you
regretful.
think you know Book? What was the last conversation? Deep, meaningful conversation that you had with him. Let's just
my birthday
regale.
party.
Oh yeah, what has anything happened since then?
Yeah, we're friends now. He's much happier. We got him a girlfriend and a house.
Yeah, what was
And
the
a boyfriend?
last thing?
And a boyfriend for his boyfriend? So
Let me check
many.
through my notes to see what the last thing
I
I've written about Book is.
assume Boris is referring to the whole thing with finding his dead father and sending
Yeah.
Oh
him
yeah.
back.
Look, I apologize.
So would anyone like to recount exactly what happened there?
No.
Gee.
Okay. So possibly the last actually conversation that we had in character was apologizing for the time that I called him in the middle of the night to tell him that we'd found his father's body and it was in an area that had previously been desecrated, but we fixed it.
Sure. Sure. Nothing further to add there?
I said sorry. I said sorry for the way that I broke the news.
Yeah, okay.
I
That's
wrote him
the
a
last thing.
letter.
I remember.
Yeah, that's good to know. I am buying some time. So you're seeing like a lot of stewing going on for the moment. Like, you know, it seems like they're spending some time just kind of composing themselves. Axis will look to probably most of you and will just sense the change in the room. Obviously he's not super jazzed either, but he's less angry, I guess, than the others, and he'll just shall I get some tea or something, maybe?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm going to
Someone's
attempt
gonna
to
have to
leave
help
the
me
room
with
to
it.
make tea. I would like to
I don't know
remove
how to
myself
make
from
tea.
this situation. Oh, G also canonically does not know how to make tea.
I will go with them
We have
then.
had this exact situation before, haven't we?
I feel like
I'm gonna. Attenborough is gonna
Wasn't
go with
it-
them to make
we
bloody
put in
tea.
like cold water to like a tea bag or something. It was something horrific.
No, she put the tea directly into the hot water. She didn't put it in like a strainer or anything. She just brewed it directly in the
Oh,
pot
that's
and
right.
didn't just poured it into cups with the leaves floating around.
Yikes.
She's a monster.
Absolutely.
She's never had to make herself tea before. I think she'd do slightly better this time.
So essentially, she made Chinese tea. That's what she did.
Yeah, look, it
She
wouldn't
just
have been
knows that
great.
it's not how it tastes usually when.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, that vibe. You head off to the kitchen in order to kind of like get things sorted, I suppose. Where the flip did I leave this note? I swear.
If it's not going to interrupt stalling for time.
Okay.
What would you have me do?
I'm not saying that any of your actions are... You aren't responsible for what other people do. Never pretend you were.
But
They just bring a sour taste to my mouth, is all. They're not a nice group. Many of us have had poor dealings with them. And I don't particularly like to know that they still exist.
I'm not here, but maybe they won't in the morning.
It's not for long. So you don't feel bad about them being killed?
I couldn't care which way or the other what ends up to them. They got themselves into this mess, they can get themselves out of it. They're no friends of mine.
Fair. I thought you were angry that he was going to kill them.
No. I'm not angry that they're going to kill them. I can't be. Can't say I haven't thought of it myself.
Well, if you want to get in on it, there's still time.
I don't know this Ralafir. I don't know what they want. Except that apparently our interests line up for the moment. Oh, I don't know.
We can invite them here and you can meet them.
I don't know how good an idea that is.
What could go wrong?
I wonder. A random person appearing on my lawn? I wonder. I mean, I guess that's what you were already
It's
going
worked
to
out
do
for the rest
anyway,
of the
though, right?
times.
Yep. Why can I not find this thing? This is really frustrating. I had literally the perfect
Reminder
thing for this
again that we
exact
got him a
moment.
girlfriend and a boyfriend, so he should be pretty keen on us just bringing new people.
You could have
All
another
the time.
boyfriend. I don't know why I said that in Friend's voice. It was out of character. Yes, another boyfriend. Very
Oh,
good.
is it?
if you would prefer we not do that, I don't want to do anything to jeopardize any of you.
You seem to have judged them. I'm sure you've judged them well. We trust your opinion.
Then why does
Nice
it feel
work.
like you don't mean that?
Of course I mean that, Terra. I trust you. Wholeheartedly.
Insight check!
Sure, roll me an insight check.
Can Eludere insight check? She's just been
You
monitoring
certainly
this
can, you
whole-
certainly can.
I feel like Terra's parental mistrust is showing.
I'm gonna get put up for adoption!
They don't love me anymore, dude.
No, my dragon dad, my dragon mom, and our weird dragon uncle are putting me up for adoption.
Like a Reddit, like relationships.
Yeah.
My dad.
My dad, my mom, and my uncle.
And the elf lady who could be old enough to be my mum is also there.
Yeah.
She doesn't like me either.
Oh, no.
Eludere got a 27.
All right. Yep, sure. And how did
I got a
Really?
13.
I can't find this fucking thing and it's driving me mad. Please pop up. I literally just want this one thing. And it's not coming up.
Pain.
Wait, hang
Would
on.
I know what it is? If
Uh,
is there something that I know that I could help you look for?
no.
Rip.
I'm never writing prose again. Dang it. Anyway, I can't find it. It doesn't matter. But but yes, so rolling an insight check, you see that, well, Terra, you're not quite sure. You know him fairly well, you think he's telling the truth, but it's like kind of hard to read him right now. You know, the last couple of times that you've kind of had a serious conversation with him, he's been kind of like in this same mood, so you're not really sure. But you, at least, Eludere, you don't have that kind of thing to compare it to. You get the feeling that he is being very genuine. He does trust Terra. Wholeheartedly, as he says. I am never trusting myself again to put anything in my fucking stuff. I am offended.
In that insight, can Eludere get any kind of pulse, like, on the room vibe in general?
Yeah, like, especially with that, you kind of are getting the feeling that, like, the reason that everyone seems so tense is probably because they all had their own history with it. And that's why everyone is so kind of feeling weird about it. I have also apparently deleted this thing, and now I'm very upset about it. But
The Hellfires
essentially,
are getting attacked. C'est la vie.
he will look to you, Terra, and he will say, "You saw my father's tomb, right?"
Yes.
We're well aware of that fact. The inscription that I wrote on that tomb was about them.
Oh.
I will do unto them what they have done to me. To know that they exist, they still operate, even as a mere shadow of what they used to be, doesn't bring me any joy. To know that they've hurt other people, especially. Other of my kind, doesn't make me happy.
That's more than fair. She'll kind of take the shield of her bag and just hold it up. If you want me to go back there and kill all of them, I will.
Supposedly that's already handled. But, thank you. In case I'm not being clear, it was them who killed my father. Years before the realm was settled. They found, caught, and killed him. It's exactly why I never let anyone in here. We were charged with protecting this place. They came here, they killed him, and I promised I would never let them in again.
Into the realms?
Correct. I'm sure if I sat in a therapist's chair and discuss this a little bit more. It might link to why I have a deep distrust of people and didn't want anyone at all to be in the realms outside of the Leslithi, but it's been 300 years now, and I'm slowly starting to get used to people. But they specifically should never be here.
Would you like us to help you rid the realms of them?
I know that you're rather chaotic. I don't know that you're quite the murdering type.
They're bad. They killed your dad.
There's still people.
Justifiable homicide. Just comes in faintly from the kitchen.
Yeah, you're both like struggling over the tea. Attenborough's trying to tell you, like, this is how you just put this here. Just like trying to help each other.
In the bag. Not straight and hot. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
She's poured in like a half a cup of honey. And it's just, no.
But yeah, you're having a good time.
Regardless of anything else, if and when, I can't speak for any of the others, but if and when I am powerful enough, I will make them leave, I promise you. You are our friend. And you've helped us so much. I offer that freely.
Understood. I appreciate that. Well, at least for tonight. Let's see what happens. I have no intentions of leaving anywhere. I am already dressed in my pajamas, and I have no intention of going anywhere. I will hear from this Relafir, though. If you think that he should come here, then tell him. There are 4 of us, 4 dragons, and there are all of you. I'm sure if he is any trouble, it will not be an issue.
Whiskey, anyone? Pull it out of my bag.
Yeah, so like the tension kind of eases a little. Eventually, G and Axis and Attenborough come back in the room with teas. Attenborough is like kind of putting their hands out underneath the plates. It's like Axis and G are just like spilling tea fucking everywhere. But you know, there's definitely an attempt made, and that's the important thing. And you'll get to sit for a moment. Temi, you kind of like find a little spot in the corner, like a little chair. Toddlington kind of sits in front of you and just kind of looking around the room. Will just kind of look back up to you and just like poke his little legs out the front and just like sit on the corner of your hand. And you just feel like this like warmth. You see like the tops of his mushroom cap is like glowing, not growing. Oh god. He's just humming like this like low hum. Looks content and happy to be here. You also hear this horrific cacophony of just like scuttering that's coming from up on the ceiling, where there are like hundreds of spiders just like moving around up the top there, which is just very, very spooky. But at that point, you all rest for the night, or like head to rest, or do whatever you want to do, in the Death Tower. That's not so deathy, but very cold. But now warm with the light of company. I don't know. Some weird kind of description. But anyway, that is where we'll leave off for tonight. Appreciate having you here for the 4th session of the book club. Second